Well, welcome to the Hope Shot. Justin's supposed to be on the screen with us, but it's Sunday night at 8 o'clock, and we are here and we are live. If you're on with us, please check in the comments. Let us know you're here. Say what's up, and look at that. There's Justin.
Yeah, this thing. I moved my am I muted? No, I'm not muted. I moved my computer and the thing pulled out from the side. Of course.
It threw me off. I was like, "Oh, well, hey, welcome
Yo.
to the Shot."
I'm like, why? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hope Shot. Yeah, it's been one of those days. I'm making this podcast room. I'm making an office. It's not really a podcast room. It's just an office because, like, right now our office is in the middle of our dining room. So, like, we had to figure it out and make a space because it's very not manageable at times. So, I worked literally till 20 minutes before we got on here. So we're literally finicking around trying to figure it out. But if you guys just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. Caesar, will you read the clarity statement for me, man?
Absolutely.
I know you will.
Maybe I won't.
Maybe you won't.
All right, the Hope Shot clarity statement. We got an echo. That works. There we go. All right, we here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thanks, Caesar. Let's see who we got in the comments. Let's see. We got Allie. What's up, Allie? Hope you're doing well. We got Lindsay. Congratulations on 1 year, I think it is. Congratulations to you. We got Rachel. Happy Sunday to you as well. We got Addict Junction. What's up? Hey, can you message me, by the way, Missy Thing? I've been meaning to message you, but message me, the Hope Shot. We got Kelly. Hey, Kelly. We got Amanda from Pembroke, Ontario with 18 days alcohol free. Congratulations to you. That's what's up. We are doing well. We got Helen. Good to see you. Thank you, Rachel, for sharing. And if you guys would share this, please, please, please share this. You never know who might need to hear this tonight. You never know. Let's see. We got Lynn in the comments. What's up, Lynn? Love you too. We got Ryan from Wheeling, West Virginia, checking in. What's up, my friend? We got Valerie here in Fresno, California. And we got Allie says 5 days since my little mess up. Thank you. Congratulations, Allie. That's what's up, man. Pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and let's get it moving, you know? We got Lindsay. Danielle has 2 years. Woohoo! Congratulations, Danielle. We got James from Hamilton, Ohio. We got Amber from Cali. Aaron's in New Orleans, Louisiana. And we got Diamond. What's up, Diamond? I'm late, but here now. I'm glad you're here, my friend. And we got Rudolph. He's in Dallas. Visiting his old girl. And then we got love you too, Danielle. And we got Diamond from Detroit, Michigan.
Ooh, all right. D in the house.
Detroit. All right. So tonight's topic, we are going to do, Caesar, what is it?
About finding your tribe.
Finding your tribe. Why don't you just kick it off real quick with finding your tribe?
And you wonder why I'm so quiet at the beginning when it comes to topics. All right. So the opposite of addiction is connection. You know, before I came into this thing, I basically, the disease and my choices isolated me from everyone and everything. Towards the end, nobody wanted to be around me anymore, nor did I really want to be around anybody myself because I looked like shit. I felt like shit. If I wasn't arrested, I was dope sick and on the run and just miserable. So I made multiple attempts at this thing on my own, with my own plans and my own schemes, trying to figure out, I'll just quit doing heroin, but I'll do this other stuff and everything will be cool. But that didn't really work out. Went to multiple rehabs, but I would get out and I would isolate and I wouldn't go connect with the people at the meetings. If I did go to the meeting, I would sit in the back and get my paper signed and leave and never speak to a soul. And, shocker, I would end up completely relapsing within a short period of time. So the finding your tribe thing is if I could have done this on my own, I would have done it a long time ago. But I couldn't do it on my own. It took me asking for help, not dictating what that help looked like, and then connecting with people that were doing this deal. So when I was in my 5th rehab, they had guys bringing meetings in there, and there was young guys. There was a guy that looked a lot like me, just covered in tattoos. He cussed a lot. I thought that guy was great. And then there was a real square guy that came in with glasses and a tie. And I was pretty sure I was going to take the tattooed guy because he seemed easy to talk to for me. And something told me, no, let's just wait. This is serious. I've never done this part before. I've never walked up to somebody and said, hey, man, will you be my sponsor? Because basically what I'm saying is, hey, can you teach me how to live? Because all I know how to do is fuck up, get arrested, and let everybody down. So this guy comes in, like I said, he's got a tie, he's got glasses on, and he's just got this cool, calm demeanor. He's got this like aura about him of just peacefulness. And then he tells his story, and his story sounds like mine, like just this complete disaster of a life. But this guy's sitting there and looks like he's got all his shit together. So it piqued my interest. I'm like, okay, how do I go from this to that? So I got up and I asked him. And during the time where like question and answers after he told his story, I had been brutally honest about who I was and what I was. And I think I scared him a little bit. He was like, I don't know, man, just give me a call. We'll see what happens. But I called him every single day. And eventually I broke him down a little bit. And he came and picked me up. And, I could leave twice a week from the facility to go out to a meeting. This guy took me to one of the biggest meetings in town on Friday nights. Made sure to introduce me to everybody he knew. And then on Tuesday nights, he took me to his home group and introduced me to everybody in there, helped me get phone numbers. And I was comfortable because of him bringing me to these meetings. I was comfortable in those meetings. I knew everybody's name. And when it came time to get out of that facility, I had a decision to make. Was I going to go back to Tampa like I always went back to Tampa, or was I going to do something different? So I chose to stay in the New Port Richey area, which at that time I thought was like, on top of being in recovery and being sober, living in New Port Richey, on top of that, like it was just a total death sentence. Like, I don't want to live in Pasco County. I don't want to say goodbye to all the good times and this and that, but it ended up being like the biggest blessing that I could have ever had. My preconceived notions are flawed, like of what I think is fun and what I think is good. There was nothing fun about running and gunning anymore. Like, I hadn't had fun probably since I was in college. There was no fun. It was just doing what I had to do on a daily basis, no matter what that looked like, to stay high so I didn't get sick. So I chose to stay and move closer to my recovery base. And that's where the connection comes in. I don't know anybody in recovery in Tampa when I was there. I knew, I don't know, 40 or 50 people in the Newport Richie area. So my ex, I told her what I wanted to do, and she agreed that I should not go back to Tampa, and this was a good idea. And I moved, which was the best decision, close to my recovery base. And everybody that I knew that I was connected with in Pasco County was somebody in recovery. I didn't know anybody else. I didn't know anybody that was doing dirt. I didn't know anybody that was doing anything. So then now I know all these people. It doesn't mean that that everybody that I met's gonna be my tribe, but that was my job. My job was, my sponsor said, all right, now you're out. You're on probation. You got to find a job and you got to go to meetings. So if you're not at probation and you're not looking for a job, your ass is in a meeting and you're going to find your people. And I started riding my bike, going everywhere. And eventually you start meeting people and figuring out who you want to talk to and whose recovery looks good to you. And, you know, I've always been locked up and been in facilities. I didn't have a choice who I spent my time with. This was one of the first times in a long time that I had a choice, that I could pick who I wanted to be with and what I wanted to surround myself with. And I surrounded myself with people that were solid in their recovery, people that were complete freaking weirdos, just like the people on this screen, people that laughed at my weird ass jokes, and people that accepted me for exactly who I was and were going to lift me up, hold me accountable, and keep me on this path. And that was one of the most important things. Until I made this conscious contact with my higher power, those people are what kept me going. Those people that put faith and trust in me and let me like unlock the building to make coffee, and like all these little things that now I look back and I'm like, you know, it seems dumb, but somebody handed me the keys to a building when I was like just getting out of rehab. I was like, who the hell trusts me? I don't even understand these guys. But every time somebody put a little trust or a little faith in me, it made me want to do more, you know, and it made me want to keep showing up. And when somebody says, damn, you're doing a good job, I wasn't used to hearing those things. And those things made me want to keep going. So it's important to build that support network, to build your tribe, find your people. I don't know, Nate, are you sleeping?
Yeah, that's what
somebody was asking in the comments.
No, I was responding to a message on my watch. I'm sorry.
I died.
But you know, like the people that are on the screen right now, like these are my brothers, these are my people. You know, we chose to be together and do this thing together. And it's one of the most awkward things that anyone will ever tell you in early recovery is, man, you need to call people, get phone numbers. And I'm like, hello, my sponsor told me to call you. Yes, I'm having a good day. You know, it's just the most, I don't know, cringy feeling thing in the world. Like I would literally walk to meetings in the rain because I didn't want to call anybody to come pick me up. I'd be like, no, I'm just bothering them. And then they'd laugh at me when I got there soaking wet. And they're like, oh, yeah, what's the matter? Couldn't pick the phone up. I'm like, yeah, you got me. But, you know, eventually I got comfortable with it. And I found the people that have carried me on this thing, you know. And we talk about our connection to God, to our source, to our higher power, whatever you want to call it on here. Mine works through people, and I get to see miracles, and I get to see signs, and I get to see things through the people that I surround myself with. And I'm very careful about who I let in. I'm very careful about who I surround myself with, because we got to be on the same path. You've got to want more. You've got to, you know, continue with your spiritual growth, because we have to lift each other. We're not all going to be sick on the same day. So I can call Nate when I'm down. Nate can call me when he's down. We can call Justin, you know, Justin's having a good day. Justin lifts us up. And that's the way it works, man. It's like I borrow energy and I give energy back. And when I'm doing that, you know, and I have a solid base of people around me, I have unlimited energy because I have all these people that I can lean on and rely on that can help me when I'm down, and vice versa. If they're down, I can give the energy and the encouragement and all of those things. So don't be afraid to reach out to people. I'm not trying to act like anything, like I did anything perfect. It was awkward. I felt goofy, but just know that now that I'm on the other side of it, it's a blessing to get those phone calls when somebody reaches out. Like, you're like, I get to be of service. So don't deny somebody the opportunity to be of service by you being selfish and scared and not picking up the phone. Because I was told over and over again, you know, I would have loved to have picked you up and given you a ride, man. I don't know why you don't just call me. You know, that I took that opportunity away from them by me choosing to walk in the rain because I was too stubborn or scared or whatever you want to call it to pick up the phone and ask for a ride. So that's basically what I've got on that. You know, it's one of the most valuable things I have in my life today is the relationships with the people that are around me.
I would say it's more like we're all proud and shit. Like we have some pride in us a little bit. Like, I ain't gonna call this man. You don't know who I am. You don't know who to think I am.
Well, for me, it was I thought I was bothering people. I really did. I was like, man, I don't want to bother him. Like, I don't want to call him. You know, I used to go to these early morning meetings. I'd be like, I don't want to call somebody at 6:30 in the morning. Well, shit, they're at that meeting every damn day. They're obviously up. Like, they obviously make it there at the 7:00 meeting every day. So why am I telling myself this lie that, oh shit, I can't call him because I'll be bothering him. I'm not bothering him. I'm allowing somebody to be of service. And if you're doing this deal, you expect these phone calls. You look forward to these phone calls. It's an opportunity to serve your fellow man.
You know, and that's one thing. It's like I had no problem beating on that dope man's door. Not a damn.
Yeah, we didn't care about bothering him at 6 a.m.
Not a lick. 6 a.m. I used to get yelled at every day because I'm waking him up, and I didn't care, man. You got what I want.
Now, you make a mistake and let me find out where you live. I'm gonna knock on your window, but I don't want to bother you for a ride.
Well, now what does that look like now in this new arena? You know, now that we're going into, I'm too scared now to freaking go knock on somebody's doors because I got all of my damn emotions back, and now the fear is just running wild. You know, because I'm not numbing it anymore. You know, and I'm actually in the process of, you know, trying to be there for somebody that is freshly into this, man. And I sometimes forget, you know, when you've been doing this for so long that you forget what it was like when the first got into here. Right. And all those floods of emotions come back, and then you kind of relive it almost, you know what I mean? It brings you back. It brings you back to that moment where you were in the same exact predicament as the person that's just fresh into it. And it's like, man, I remember that. And like, I start reminiscing a little bit about it, like those feelings and those thoughts, because I can get complacent real quick about what it feels like and what it's like, you know? And that's where like the people that are fresh into here always remind me of where I could be if I think I got it all figured out, you know? And that's why it says, man, helping the newcomer always, that's why it's so important for us. Cause I can get caught up real quick in this thing that wants to rule my life at times. And, you know, I can put a lot of things before, what got me here, you know? And, so finding your tribe is the topic. So, you know, going into this thing, man, like I had to get rid of everybody that I thought I knew or once knew. I had to literally clean house. And it was hard for me because I kept doing going in and out, going in and out, going in and out. It wasn't like I just got in here and all of a sudden, man, I was just living this beautiful life. No, it took multiple times of me going in, coming back out, thinking I have it. You know, I got 30 days in me, and you know, I don't do anything. You know what I mean? Or I have 60 days or something. But you know, I go in and out, going in and out, going in and out. And I never wanted to give up certain things, you know, I always wanted to hold on to certain things. And that's what always got me tripped up, especially with like, I had to admit that I had a problem with alcohol more than anything, you know, because that was my gateway to all the other stuff. Because once I let the door open to that guy, everything else come flooding back in. And I had to literally admit that I can never drink again in order for it to actually take hold into my life. And I remember when I, you know, every time I was, you know, going in and out, it's like, oh, I can't have a beer with my boys. You know, I ain't never had a beer with my boys, but all of a sudden now I'm going to miss it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this fantasy land of what a normal drinking, having a beer with your boys would be. Now I don't want to lose that when, you know, it never was that. And another thing is holding on to people too. Some people I can't bring with me and I want to, and I kept getting tripped up by that. Like I want to hold on to all these friends. Well, they're not exactly doing exactly what I want to do. And to be honest with you, some of them I really didn't even like. I just wanted to hold on to people because I had insecurities, or I just wanted, I'm a people pleaser, you know, my people pleasing skills are that's probably my worst defect I have at times. You know, it's not all the time. It's gotten a lot better over the ages, but you know, but I had to let all those people go and those things go in order to get this new growth of life and these new people that came in and completely changed who I was. You know, and I'm like Caesar's saying, I'm a socially awkward son of a bitch, man. I go in here, man, I'm a scared little boy. I don't know how to talk to people. I'm still like, you know, like the sixth grader freaking trying to talk to girls. You know what I mean? That's me. You know, I'm
I don't mean to cut you off, but these are the three most awkward people I know. Is the three of us.
Yeah.
Like, hey, with the poster children for awkward.
And it was worse in the beginning. Can you believe this is work that's been done to make it awkward like this? You know? But man, it's like but I had to go through those. That uncomfortability is where the growth happens. And I still get like that at times, you know, but this is because I'm not doing enough work, man. I was in a meeting, like, I don't know, a couple weeks, probably a month ago. And this guy was sharing, and I told him that I had never went up to him and introduced myself, said hello or anything, because I'm the awkward guy. And it's been 5 years since I've been here. And I'm like, and I was like, oh, it's too late. It's too late. I can't.
You built it up in your head. You're like, well, I can never talk to him now because
it's already done. You know, we've been here for 5 years. You haven't done it yet. What's the point? It's too awkward. And it's stupid. These things that I like to put in my head about.
You can't even make eye contact. You're like,
but they understand, though. That's the beauty of it. Like, they understand that weirdness. They understand that awkward uncomfortability going into this, and me just sharing that. People are like, yeah, I get it, you know, and it makes you feel good, man. It makes you feel good, you know, and knowing that you're not alone, because I think that's the most important thing, is to know that we're not alone. And when you get these other weirdos that you find and you get them in, and you guys are just clicking real well, you know, and you're like, damn, dude, I do belong here. And you finally get that aha moment, you know. That's another thing. I try not to, I've been really working on it. I'm not trying to shove my recovery on somebody else, because we all need our aha moments on our own, right? I can't give you your aha moment. I can't give it to you. You're going to have to find out it yourself. Something that's going to click with you, something that's going to go, oh my gosh, or something you recognize that you used to bother you and now it doesn't bother you anymore, or a certain phrase or a certain emotion or a certain quote or something that really gets you like stuck in this, you know, and stuck in this recovery. Because that's something that you have to experience for yourself. And that's why we can share all day long about blah, 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 but it's a lived experience that really seals the deal for anybody. You know, it's the, those aha moments. And when you experience them and you're new, telling you, that's the shit that's the magic right there. That's the magic. And I have them all the time. That holding on to people, I am guilty of that too, Justin. Everyone and everything that I ever let go of has claw marks, and I got some serious scars from resisting. And that's facts right there. We're trying to hold on to these people, man. They're meant to go a long time ago. You know, as some people say, the reason, season, or lifetime people. You know, they're in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and you got to figure out which one they are and let them go if they're not the lifetime people. You know, and some of them were meant for just a season. And like I said, man, I love holding on to shit, and I had to let it go in order to get this newness of growth here. But and that's it for me.
Yo. Now
you awake now?
Now, yeah, I've been awake.
He's well rested. He took his nap. He's ready to go.
Actually, I'm in real life. I got Caesar and all of us went to lunch this afternoon. I got sick, man. I've been sick like all afternoon, feeling pretty shitty. But great topic, super relevant. Finding your tribe, you know. I have to remind myself sometimes that I came in here from 20 plus years of being isolated, right? I strategically isolated myself. I don't want to say strategically because it wasn't a conscious thing, but my lifestyle was not conducive to being around other people. You know, I didn't want to be around other people because maybe in the beginning when it was a social thing and, you know, I was hanging out, going to clubs, eating ecstasy and, you know, going to shows, taking some acid, and it was fun. It was cute, you know, and there wasn't like, but later on, and I mean like later on, like a couple of years later, you know, it was dark. Like the way I got loaded was not like other people. I scared people that got loaded every day, you know, so they didn't want to really be around me because there was a good chance I was going to commit a crime. There was a good chance I was going to overdose. There was all these opportunities for stuff getting really scary very quickly, right? So what I discovered, you know, moving like through those years is that, yeah, I had painted myself into a corner and I had like mastered the art of keep pushing the people away that I needed most and keeping the people that harm me the closest because they were expendable, right? And I didn't want anybody that truly loved me and supported me, I kept at bay. Or I would just stay away from completely or cut myself off from. Because I didn't want to put myself in a position to hurt these people because I love them too, you know? And unfortunately, you know, when things got really bad, you know, I had to, you know, use and manipulate the people that were still trying to help me. And that thus, my point is, thus created a pattern, right? This pattern of unhealthy relationships. Like I have no idea when I get into this deal what friendship really is, what like a relationship really is, what it means to be selfless, to be consider. I mean, I have ideas of these things. I just never practiced them. So, and now I'm coming into this thing and they're telling me I have to ask some stranger to be my sponsor. And I have to tell them every single secret that I ever had. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I've been through this process plenty of times before. Why didn't it work? Because I just wasn't ready. And what's funny, what happened this time, Caesar touches it on all the time. And I love borrowing this thing and telling my guys that I work with, you know, about, you know, when asking for help and not dictating how it looks. There's something that happens to somebody that truly surrenders. I'm talking about me at this point. When I truly surrendered, when I was in so much pain, so desperate, so pathetic, like out of options, out of ideas, out of schemes, no more lies, no more manipulation tactics, you know, back against the wall. life or death. I can't do this anymore. It has nothing to do with what I lost externally. It has everything to do with how empty and vacant my soul is. I am empty. I am a vessel, right? Something happens in that space, right? You become uncharacteristically willing to do anything different, right? And in that is, for me, was the catalyst. That was the reason I could ask some stranger to sponsor me. That is the reason that I had no problem picking up the phone and calling some person I just met, because somebody that I was close to, and this is what Justin was talking about, touching on, is that experience. Someone that had been where I've been, seen what I seen, felt what I felt, had gotten this recovery deal and shared it with me. And so I understood on an intrinsic, visceral level that this thing worked, because this guy was just like me and he wasn't anymore. So damn right, I'm going to take this man's suggestions, because something was working in his life that I wanted, right? And yeah, and that was it for me, man. Like so when I get in here, I didn't really understand this early on. I have no conception of God. You know what I mean? I'll surrender. I would pray to this thing, but I don't really have a relationship, right? I don't know what this is. And Caesar touched on this as well. So how do I get to this? How do I get to this God, right? I get through this God through the fellowship. I get through it. Stop it. I get to God through others, right? Because they're going to introduce me not only to this process, going through this process, but through the journey of, turning my will over, getting honest with another man, making amends, continuing to give this thing back. I form this relationship, and I have this spiritual awakening, or this spiritual experience. And don't get it twisted. If you've only had one spiritual experience, I don't know if you're doing it right, because I have spiritual experiences every single day, because I am blown away by everything that I've been gifted with in life. The people that have been brought into my life, the relationships that I've been able to form through this process, and through my connections, through finding my tribe. And no, let me just touch on this too. And the bad behavior pattern. See, I come in here, I want to be everybody's friend. I want everybody to like me. I've been disliked, and for a very good reason, mind you, for so many years. When somebody starts giving me attention, it feels good. I want to have all the friends. I want to go to all the functions. I want to be invited to everything. I spread myself so thin and end up having these expectations, and I get in my feelings, right? The more closer I get to my truth, my God, my purpose, what I understand is, if I have a handful of close friends, I am truly blessed, right? So that's what's happened for me. Like, over the course of my recovery, it went from needing to be in everybody's lives and have everybody like me, to finding out who I am and not needing anything external, friendship or otherwise, to define my wellness, or to, how I am, how I feel about myself is not contingent upon my relationships outside. It is only depends on my relationship with God and how well I'm in being of service to others. The relationships I have are a manifestation of that connection, right? So who am I surrounding myself with? Caesar put it perfectly. I have the freedom today to choose who is in my life, right? And if somebody isn't serving a greater purpose, I can, and good old Nate, I struggle with boundaries and people pleasing, like Justin, right? But I have to figure out what it means to, what a healthy relationship is, and also what healthy boundaries are. I'm still discovering that, by the way, but I'm working on it. And what happens is that the closer, like I said, I get to God, to my truth, to my purpose, and the more work I do on myself, what I realize is I don't need 100 friends. I just need a few good friends. You know what I mean? I can be cool with somebody. I can have a relationship. I can have a friendship, and it doesn't have to be like my idea of what friendships are. It has is all that has. I just have to show up whenever asked for my source and for others. And what happens is, like, my power, my source strategically places the people that I'm supposed to be with right in my path. And that's what's happened for me. Like, I got sober in Ocala. I came back to Newport Richie. I was full of fear because this is where I did all my ripping and running. And I didn't know, like, who was going to be my tribe, and I made some, mistakes. I surrounded myself with some people that were unfulfilling and weren't on the same path. I didn't see eye to eye with. And but eventually, from sticking around and putting God and this program first, eventually I met Justin, I met Caesar, I met my good friend Tom. Like, I met like there's just a handful of like genuine weirdos like me, and it's such a blessing to, like, that it's okay today, to not have to be involved in everything, to not be a part of everything, and just to have this reliance. The unconditional support and love I have through my friends is one of the greatest gifts I've ever received through this process, right? It is, and it's something that I value and I cherish, and I don't take lightly, because I have this unique perspective, because I know what it means to be utterly and hopelessly, desperately alone. I was this way for 20 plus years. I would have died at that point to have any of these relationships. So these relationships and friendships I have today, I work on. I don't get it right all the time, obviously, and but I continue to show up, be humble, and I always am striving to be better and do better in all my interactions. It's finding your tribe, finding a fellowship, building up some people around you is the most integral part of this process. Without it, because what they say, the opposite of addiction is connection, right? And if I am not connected to others on a daily basis, this thing goes crazy and dark really quick. So I am always on point and trying to make sure that I am nurturing and valuing and adding to these relationships, not just taking from them, that I'm bringing something to the table today. What a gift, man. And not ever have to be alone again if I don't choose to be,
Nate, something hit on real quick is it's the quality of relationships and friendships, not the quantity. And that's the same way with recovery. And it's the quality of it, not the quantity. Everybody gets, and that's another thing. It's like everybody gets hung up on how many years I have, and then they slip. Well, it's not how many you got. It's the quality of it and that lasting of it. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about relationships as well. I wanted to be everybody's friend. Just like you said, I was a chameleon when I was using. I could be in any freaking group. I can be anybody you wanted me to be. And that's something that I've, we put on those masks. We talk about that a lot. Putting on these masks for all these relationships and all these groups and all these people, because we want to be everybody's friend. And then we forget who we are. We lost ourselves along the way. And we're just trying to discover where that person went. And that's this whole thing, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. And also, like, that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, nor are they mine. You know what I mean? Like, and that doesn't mean that I have to hate these people or resent them or not interact with them ever. It just means that they're not my people. You know what I mean? Like, I used to look at these things so black and white, right? Like, if either you were with me or you're without me, it's like
right or not.
Some people are meant to be in our lives in certain capacities, others are not, and that's okay.
Dude, that's one of the reasons that I used in the first place. Like, I couldn't handle the fact that I couldn't please everybody. I couldn't handle the fact that I wasn't invited to everything. I'd get into my head about all those things, and all those fears, they mount up, and I have to find release. And the relief was drugs and alcohol. today, like I lean into faith. The stronger my faith is, the better my program is, the less I care if I'm missing out on something or not being invited somewhere. I don't need to be Mr. Popularity. I don't need to be loved by everybody. I'm okay. I'm okay with somebody not liking me, because I'm not doing any harm today. If you don't like me, I'm just not your brand. And that's okay. It didn't used to be okay. What am I doing wrong? I'll try to be your friend even harder. Like I'm going to change the kind of music I listen to. I don't do that crap today. I'm okay with it. And the only reason I'm okay with it is because I'm okay with me.
Boom.
And I've never been okay with me for 30 something years. I was not okay with me. Today I am. Today I can look in the mirror and be okay with the guy that's looking back. I'd have been happy if I just got that, but I got a lot more of this, more than just that out of this recovery deal. I wanted to put this up because, Justin, you were talking about, sometimes we can forget where we come from. I've always forgotten. Before I got into this deal, no matter what I did, eventually would come the day where I went, it's been a couple months. If I was lucky enough to make it a couple months, I probably made too big a deal out of this. I could probably have a drink. And then it's like, well, that experiment went so well, I'm going to go back. I bet you I could have 3. Well, that went so well, I'm going to go get blackout drunk. Shocker, I'm in the dope hole again. But the difference was I was never surrounded by people in recovery. I was never giving back to people in recovery. Working with newcomers, going to meetings, doing all this stuff on a regular basis, it's in my face every day. I can't forget. I can't forget where I came from because the guy's telling my story half the time. Or I'm working with a guy that I did all the same crap that he did. It's in my face constantly. So there's no forgetting that I'm an alcoholic, I'm an addict, and I'm screwed if I pick something up.
Yeah.
But if I stop surrounding myself with people that are in recovery, even 9 years into this thing, I believe that eventually my brain will trick me back into going, well, it's been 9 years. Couldn't have been that bad. You wouldn't have been able to put it down for 9 years if you were an addict or an alcoholic. Our brains play tricks on us. But if I've got the reminders around me day in and day out, it don't have a chance to play the tricks because I have evidence in front of me on a daily basis of who I am and what I am.
Yeah. And I just think just one real quick about that, we can't forget where we came from. I think that's super important. And, we can't forget where we came from, but we better damn well forgive where we came from. We better give ourselves a break and forgive
ourselves. That's a Nostradamus moment right there.
I'm just saying, we have to forgive ourselves, man. We have to understand that we have to first give ourselves grace, forgive ourselves for where we came from, and then understand that it's that very place that we came from that is where we get all our ammunition. This is the foundation for which we stand on. It's part of the foundation for which we stand on today. It gives us our purpose because we have this experience that is unique to we can reach the unreachable. We can, give a message based on, experience that can change somebody's life. So, but for me, like my most difficult task ever was forgiving where I came from, not forgetting that I can never forget it, but it was damn hard to forgive, but I have to if I want to move forward.
That's a fact. Hey, I'm going to read some comments real quick. Let's see. I'm going to start back up here. There we go. We got Addict Junk says 10/31/20 coming up on 3 years slowly by the mercy and grace of God. We have Danielle says Gabe is he's going to celebrate 2 years on September 15th too. They both hitting it 2 years. We got Scott Loveland. September 3rd was my 2 years mark. Congratulations, dude. Good to see you in the comments. It's been a minute. We got Crystal Smith. Just hit 4 years yesterday. Congratulations to you. It's awesome. And then we got Chandler. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. It says, hi, I'm awake. I've been sectioned as a relapse a few days ago. Well, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're getting some out of this today, and just keep moving forward.
Welcome back, Chandler.
Welcome back. We got sober now in the house, Melissa. She is actually prayers for her. She is in Georgia. She is going to a conference to speak in front of the accountability courts, which we made a video for her to post up there. So good luck to you this week. She's gonna knock it out of the park. She don't need luck because she's gonna kill it. You know. We got Ryan with 5/17/20. We got Scott, August 5th, 2023, 37 days sober and strong. Congratulations, Scott. We got James, 6/20/23, 1 day at a time. Diane is 10/26/22. Let's see. Allie says, just incredible. Leave me give you your flowers. You're really growing with this podcast thing. Thank you. I'll take some flowers. Screw it. Kimberly 6/26/2021. We got Danielle's 9/9/21. 2 years by the grace of God. Yes. I got Lori is 6/19/23. Let's go down. We got Aaron says, Caesar, this is so on point. You always stress how important it is to stay connected, and you will be protected. I use this quote with the crew that I connect with. Hell yeah.
Protected and connected.
We got Chris says, I'm 5+ years clean, cold turkey. Nothing made me happier than being there for people who need someone when they have nobody. It's the most important part right there. This covers up Nate. I could never find my true tribe because I wore so many masks. I've never fit in authentically anywhere. Then I would go sit in my own lonely world. It wasn't until I started the recovery process and found self-love and found who Lindsay was that I started to attract my people. I was then able to bond with beautiful, like-minded people because we were all striving for similar goals. I've literally met my soul sisters in recovery and that are spiritually fit and practice integrity. Today, I'm so... I guess I cut it off. Oh, can I go up? No. Well, that is what's up. That right there, it's finding your tribe, finding your people that you connect with, that you just know you're there. And it's the authentically, we talk about being authentically awkward, being authentic, showing up as who you are, finding who you are. Bro, do you mind? I was reading that. But and you find your people, and you find people that have similar goals that want the same thing. Because, if I stick around with the people that want the same thing that I used to be, I'm going to stay exactly there. Put that back up. Where was it? Thank you. Protected and connected, authentically awkward. That must be at the bottom.
Hey, and Justin, real quick, what's so important, you know that what your parents always, I know probably my parents and your parents used to tell y'all, you are who you hang out with. I'd be like, yeah. You know what I mean? But how relevant is that today? Because if I'm around negativity, gossiping, people that aren't, doing this thing, and that stuff is going to rub off on me. Like, I am truly a product of the people that I'm surrounded by. So what am I choosing to surround myself with? And on her last comment too, how we attract who's meant to be in our life is a direct reflection on how much work we do on ourselves. Whatever work, I am going to attract whatever I have going on inside me. If I am a mess, if I'm insecure, if I'm full of fear, I'm going to attract the very thing that I'm feeling inside. So what am I doing on a daily basis to improve who I am individually? That's going to be a direct reflection of who I attract, as friends, business, relationships, the list goes on. These things aren't hocus pocus. This is true shit. We attract what we are.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's why that self-talk is so important. That's what I was looking for in the Caesar deleted the comment, put something else up. That screwed up my train of thought. But the attraction, it's the attraction. We attract what we are, and that's so important. Yes, Caesar, I said it. Lori says, I felt that way before I started going to meetings, but I'm so glad I decided to go. It's been a game changer. And then we also up here, they were talking about the book. Helen talked about this book. It's called Drop the Rock. If you guys haven't read that, that's a good book right there. It's a real good book.
Yeah, I just want to take a moment to say that if you guys haven't noticed, Caesar and I are wearing the same exact T-shirt, different color, and it was completely on accident.
Huh.
Yes, Justin didn't get the memo.
Well, I don't have that shirt, so there's that. I give shirts, don't get shirts. You know what I mean?
Oh, I didn't get one. I didn't get one because reasons.
We got Addict Junction says the Hope Shot was my tribe in early recovery for sure. I related to so much y'all shared 3 years ago and now, and I've learned so much from each of you. Appreciate y'all. We appreciate you for sticking with us, being a soldier.
For real. It's awesome that we've got people that have been with us here from the very beginning. I mean, that it's so cool. You feel like you know these people that are in the comments.
Yeah.
I was actually I was speaking in Ocala on Friday, and a guy came up to me. He's comments on here all the time. Alfred Jones. He's like, Nathan, you're from the I've been watching you guys for 2 years. I just celebrated 2 years. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like,
that's amazing.
It's the trickle down effect we might never see. That's why you just show up every Sunday, no matter what.
No matter what.
I see Brent in Ocala too. I see him on Friday.
Great hearing your story at Unity. When the person I became meets the person I was meant to be, then I can become him. That was deep. That was real deep. Rudolph is great message tonight, guys. Congrats to everyone reaching new milestones in the recovery. Tomorrow will be 9 months and 11 days since getting sober. My first birthday fully in recovery. Well, happy birthday to you, Rudolph.
Beautiful.
We got John 7/1/2021. Never thought recovery was possible. By the grace of God, I've learned to forgive and love myself. And that's it. We have Kelly's talking about the Drop the Rock. Drop the Rock is amazing. Such a good book. Yes, it is. All right. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. I think that's you guys good? You good? All right.
We good. We're good.
We're good. All right. So the message of tonight, find your tribe. Find your tribe. Even if it's uncomfortable, call people. It helps. And they might need you to call them because they might be going through something. It's how it works, Yeah,
and a little cheat code too. The people that you're putting on a pedestal that you think you're afraid to talk to, think they have their shit together so much that you could possibly never, are just as crazy, insecure, fearful, neurotic as you. I promise. Oh man.
Yep. Well, hey, have a great week coming up, and we'll see you next Sunday, 8 p.m. live right here in the Hope Shot. Until then, love y'all, man. Good night.